a playlist on how to understand all the sketch blocks. We're going to be starting with the motion blocks, which are all these blue blocks right here. These are crucial to making everything in your program work. Moving sprites is one of the main parts. So we'll start with the move 10 steps blocks. This block will move the character 10 steps or grid spaces in the direction it's facing. Our Scratch Cat right here is facing 90 degrees, which means that it will move 10 steps 90 degrees forward. If we were to change this to 180 degrees, then our Scratch Cat would move 10 steps down. Now we're going to move on to the turn 15 degrees block. This one is pretty straightforward. It will turn 15 degrees out of the 360 in a circle, clockwise. You can tell by the symbol that's right here. Then we have a block that's very similar. It does the exact same, but goes in the opposite direction. Now we have a new type, go to random position. This is pretty straightforward. It will go to any random position on the screen. You can change this too, like mouse pointer, and it will go to where your mouse pointer is. Then we have the go to XY block. You can adjust these, and the main and center point of the stage is 0, 0. So you can see our Scratch Cat is currently in the center of the stage. We can adjust this to what we want. So if I wanted this to be on the right of the screen in the center, I could do 100, and it will be on the right of the screen. Same thing goes for the left, and so on and so forth. Then we have glide 1 second to random position. This is almost the same as go to random position, but instead it will glide. This is what it looks like. You can see that our Scratch Cat moves in a steady motion towards the random position. Then we have the glide 1 second to XY. So this is basically the exact same as the go to again, but it glides in that steady position. Then we have the point in direction block. This will point in whatever direction you set it to. So if I wanted my Scratch Cat to face left, I would do negative 90 degrees, and it would face left. It would turn upside down though. The way to make it turn left would be a reflection, which you would have to edit in costumes, which we will get to later. Then we have point towards mouse pointer. This block is usually just to point towards whatever you want. Like if I was to add another sprite like Abby, then I could use point towards Abby, and Scratch Cat will always point towards Abby no matter where he is. Then we have this change X by. The X coordinates are from left to right. This is the horizontal axis. So if I say change X by 10, it will move this right 10 spaces to the right. The X and Y grid work in similar ways. The X grid becomes greater as you go to the right. The Y grid becomes greater as you go up. Y and X are very important in making your program too. Set X is basically the same as go to, except you don't have the Y position. So if I wanted the sprite to be on the right side, but I don't really care about what the Y position is, then I can set it to 100 and it will go to X 100. This also is the same as change Y, but going up and down instead. Same as set Y too. If on edge bounce is interesting. So if Scratch Cat is ever touching the side, then he will bounce off and go somewhere else. Here's gonna be an example. I'm gonna get a forever, one green flag clicked, and move 10 steps with an if on edge bounce block. So you can see Scratch Cat bounces off the side whenever it hits the edge. It's pretty cool. Then we have set rotation style left, right. What this does is determine how you want the sprite to rotate. So there's left, right, don't rotate, and all around. All around is very simple. It's just like if I wanted to set to 180 degrees, it will turn in that direction. Just like this. Left, right is almost the same. Just like this. Don't rotate. Will not rotate the sprite at all if given a command. You can do it here, but you won't be able to do it anywhere else. Then we have the X position, Y position, and direction blocks. These blocks aren't really blocks, but rather variables. These are certain sort of kind of decider and placeholder for what the sprite is. If I want to fetch data for the sprite's X position, I would get this block, and as you can see, it's about -74, and this is what it says in the sprite data. Same as Y position, 39, that's what the Y position says too, and direction, 141, 141. And yeah, that's basically it for the motion blocks. Hope you like the next video and hope you like this one even better. Bye-bye.